chihuahua. You don't even know what security fucking brought your gate man. Look at the security I brought. Don't mix the two up.
I cannot believe Princess to the stress, the time and energy to go all the way from her house to Comfort's house just to have her own pound of flesh. Like, do you know the miles between these two individuals' houses? Like, yo, just to give them back your own peace of mind or whatever. Like, it was more as if she just went to her house, had a deep thoughts. Like, yo, these two individuals, Comfort and Arafa, they showed me shit in Arafa's house. I need to do my own back. She went as far as hiring a security, because from the way I'm seeing it, I'm not sure that security is the one securing her home at all. She hired that mopo or whatever with God to just come and, you know, showcase power. Or it was so unnecessary in my own opinion. No, I mean, she could have seen her in any other events to, you know, pour back her own emotions, but for her to like come out basically to come and do it, go it's not needed at all. Hey guys, I'm gonna be telling you all the events that happened in this episode, so just sit back and relax. It's your girl Zingy, and I'm back again like I never left. Please subscribe and turn on your post notification to be notified when I post a new video, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up now or maybe when you're done watching it. So without further ado, let's go straight into the video. So like I said earlier on, this was a clear case of Princess and Tutu just coming back to, you know, pour back their own emotions and give it back to Arafa and Comfort. So yeah, it was it started with Tutu returning a drink that Arafa gave her during one of her invitations, I think to her party. Yes, and you know, Arafa did not even try to indulge her or even ask her, oh, what happened, what's the issue? She just took it, said cheers, and she drank it. And I'm like, eh. Anyways, Comfort went ahead to say that she was uninviting Princess to her fragrance event, and that's because she wanted to feel safe in her home. She did not want any problems, any, you know, higgledy-piggledy, any fights, any altercation, nothing of that sort. And you know, she just went as far as asking Princess when it switched from her to Arafa, and you know why she did all of that basically in Arafa's house. Comfort went as far as telling Princess that she's waiting for her apology and that Princess needs to apologize to her. And Princess was like, apology for what? You know, she was interjecting, and Comfort was like, no, she should wait for her to finish. And you know, she said it seemed as though Princess actually sees nothing wrong with what she did at Arafa's house, and for that reason she's saying it again that she's uninvited to her fragrance event, and she doesn't want her to, you know, bring down her house or bring that kind of energy to her party, and she doesn't want that bad vibe basically. So Princess should not come to the party. She was actually telling that to Tutu, right? She was facing Tutu, that's Comfort, and Tutu told her that Princess was actually fine with the whole thing that happened, but it was until she told her the meaning of banza. So apparently Princess went back to Tutu to ask her what the meaning of banza is, and she told her that it meant stupid. And that was where like Princess actually lost it. Like, why would she, you know, use her busy words on her and all of that? And Comfort said, nah, she did not say banza. She said something before banza, and that means what Princess was saying was stupid, like a stupid talk and everything. And she did not necessarily use the word, you know, banza on her. That is implying that she was a stupid person. And that's where Princess decided to give it back to Comfort too. That she preaches too much and she doesn't own up to her shit, this and that. And at that point, that's when she now removed her glasses. Like, let me even see you very well, Steph. And she removed her glasses, and Comfort was like, is that what we are doing here? Like, please, oh, I don't want any of this drama. I don't want us to, you know, exchange words and, you know, shout. So she wasn't going to be a part of it, and that's when she stood up to leave. When Princess saw that these ladies are not, Comfort in particular wasn't even trying to give her audience to her nagging and all of that. That's why she followed her and told her that if she insults her in Igbo, will she stand? And she went as far as insulting her in Igbo. I say, Jesus Christ.
Let me take off my glasses to look at you so that we're all clear.
Is this what
okay,
no, I didn't come here.
Nothing that you respected. And now, walk out. If you want me to turn up on you in Igbo, I can. If I insult you in Igbo, can you stand it?
Anyways, Arafa at that point in time was still sitting down, and in my head at that point I was like, Arafa, what are you sitting down there for? You came here to play golf with Comfort, and here is Comfort leaving, and you are still sitting down there doing what? Anyway, she came back, of course. I mean, Comfort is out of the equation, so it's Arafa should definitely face, and I'm sure Arafa knew that already. And that's when she brought up the issue of, you know, how Arafa was shouting like a chihuahua, or she was just the go. And anyways, Arafa in her confessional was just, you know, woo, basically describing her as a dog. And at that point, Arafa got up to leave, and she was like, look at you brought your gate man to act like a security. Look at the security man I brought. That's how to do it. You don't know how to do it. I'm like, like I said, she just hired, that's the word, hired that security officer just to show Arafa that, you see what you're doing, I can do it better. I can do it a lot better. And to me, that was so unnecessary. Tutu at that point in time was just seated, you know, feeding her eyes, enjoying the altercation that she was watching. It was more like, ooh, I'm watching Netflix right now. Anyways, that was over and it was time for Comfort Fragrance theme party. And you know, her house is just so beautiful. Like, ew, the decoration, everything seems so, you know, classic and chic and all that. And you know, the ambience was, you know, very serene, and Comfort was actually welcoming her guests from the entrance, and I was like, yo, that's a pleasant gesture right there. Guess who arrived first? Samantha. And I'm like, this is our perpetual late comer. Like, you even need a crown and a sash to go with it, like Chioma from the Real Housewives of Lagos. Like, so why are you here first? When the housewives were seated, I noticed that there were some women there that, you know, weren't housewives, but I feel okay, Comfort of course invited them because that's her party, by the way. An argument ensued between these ladies, and of course it was about the whole issue, you know. And Princess already said that in the last episode, that when they're all together, Tutu will need to, you know, have her own say and everything once and for all. Not they say this one, say this one, say. And she faced OJ Porsharella first. So apparently OJ Porsharella made a statement that Tutu needed deliverance. And according to the way they were all saying it, that OJ was just joking. She didn't mean it like in a malicious way. And Tutu was like, you shouldn't have even said that. It was more like, oh, I have anger management and I need to be checked and all of that. You shouldn't have said that. This and that. Why would you say that? Blah blah blah. OJ Porsharella wasn't even giving her the moment she was looking for, probably like a back and forth or whatever. She just owned up to it, like, I'm sorry. From the depth of my heart, I am sorry. You would never hear Tutu from my mouth, please.
With all of my heart, I apologize to you. You never even hear Tutu.
There was something Tutu said in her confessional that I didn't really get. Please, if you understand that, let me know in the comment section. She said OJ Porsharella has genes, you know, and she's telling her, a child of God, that she needs deliverance. What the hell is genes in that context? Please let me know if you know.
Deliverance. It means you're judging me. Somebody that has genes is telling me, a child of Jesus, that I need deliverance.
And that was how it's moved to Samantha. And you know, what's her name? Tutu was like, oh, that we're not even cool at first, and now we're like, you know, getting to know each other better. And here you are telling people things that happened when we hung out together. Like, that was so unfair of you. Why would you do that? Blah blah blah. Now in Tutu's confessional, she actually came for Samantha's marriage. Guys, I didn't see it coming. She said that if Samantha is collecting shit or tolerating nonsense in her marriage, that doesn't mean every woman is like that. I'm like, hold on a bloody second.
Samantha, I get it that you don't talk, but are you deaf when I said to you that it's a trigger? Because you chop shit in your own marriage, you think I'm about to set myself up to be allowing nonsense.
Guys, I actually thought of it too, because at first when they were introducing the housewives, I saw Samantha's picture with her kids, but I didn't see any husband. And you know, she didn't particularly say if she's single, married, divorced, nothing of that sort. So I'm like, okay, where are you exactly? Anyways, Samantha was in total denial that she didn't tell anybody nothing. And you know, Comfort was trying to get OJ to speak, because OJ was there, you know, when Samantha fell down, and OJ was like, nah, this is not this time, please, I am not saying a word, right? And she kept on with the whole, it wasn't me. When Comfort said that she fell down, that's because she was drunk.
Excuse me, I'm trying to understand, because aside from that, she also said I was drunk and I fell. Yes, you did. When? OJ doesn't talk anymore. No, I did not fall. I don't know who they are talking about, because it wasn't me.
Then Comfort decided to spill out some of the things Samantha told her that happened when she was with Tutu alone. So of course, when someone says what you told someone alone, of course you know that it's that person that told the other person. So when she said that, I think there was a time, what Samantha told Comfort was that there was a time she stepped out of the car, crossed the road, and Samantha was telling the guy to go get the girl and everything. So Comfort said that, and Tutu was like, how did she know that? How did she know that? I mean, it was just you, so in the car, so how did she know that, honey? Don't do that right now.
That please, since you're the one going to mentor her, that this is it. She was even crossing the road. I was wondering where she's going to.
Afterwards, the back and forth was over, and Comfort announced to the ladies that Samantha was going to get a gift for coming first, like being the first person to arrive. And she actually introduced the game to them, to treasure hunt, and she was reading the instructions and everything. And you know, everybody was, you know, trying to like go with the flow and everything. And in Tutu's confessional, she was saying that it's an ancient of days game. Guys, when her diary session was over, like not her diary, when her confessionals was over and they showed us the ladies playing the game. Oh my god, Tutu was the only one that seemed like as though she really enjoyed the game. She went as far as removing her shoes. She was seriously looking for the item, you know, treasure hunt, looking for the treasure, right? And I'm like, it was more as if the organizers or whatever just made sure they put the camera on her to be like, see the individual that said it's an ancient of days game that is seriously enjoying it, right? And I'm like, girl, your switching is something that I do not comprehend. Honestly, I do not comprehend your switching at all. 1 minute you're saying one thing and your confessionals you're saying a different thing altogether. Anyways, guys, they moved on to Comfort introducing the fragrance to the ladies, and that was when Samantha asked Comfort why Princess was not present, and Comfort explained to her the reason why she wasn't present, and it was best for them not to even have Princess in their midst at that point in time. And you know, Samantha was like, no, it doesn't matter, she should have come and all of that. And Comfort was still maintaining that it was best for even Princess herself not to be present. And in Samantha's confessional, she actually revealed that Princess confided in her that Comfort uninvited her. Princess told her, right, so why are you asking? Why are you asking? When they tell you now what you're doing, you will not be able to own up to it. You'll be giving us, I wasn't there, it wasn't me. You'll be in total denial, and here you are springing up things. Girl, you're trying to, you know, cause issue. But anyways, that's her confessional. She moved on to spray the fragrances to the ladies for them to like smell it and all of that. And from Tutu's Zimeno, it seemed as though she actually liked it. But guys, as usual, in her confessionals, she was criticizing the smell of the fragrance again, that it smells like hospital. Whew, guys, I really need to see what happened after this whole shooting of the reality TV show was over, and when they had their confessionals, because like that thing that happened is really, really strong. Then afterwards, Arafa called Tutpie to decide to, you know, for them to squash their beef basically, and basically to clear what she heard. It seemed as though Tutu said something like, oh, if there's any intervention when it comes to alcohol or being drunk, it has to be Arafa. And Arafa was like, there's never a time you've seen me drunk and misbehave, so what's happening? And Tutu also said that was her first time doing that and everything, and you know, they kind of squashed the beef. Arafa was like, you seem to be a very well-behaved person and everything. And from that conversation, it seemed as though Tutpie was just trying to act like a tough woman, you understand? Somebody that has a tough skin, somebody that is, you know, very controversial, you know, someone that is very you know, very cantankerous, basically, someone that is very argumentative like Princess. But from what Arafa was saying, it seemed as though she's a very sweet person. She's just trying to like put up the act, maybe because of the reality TV show or because she's friends with Princess, I don't know. But anyways, Arafa was like, I'm still waiting for my apology. They squashed their beef and it was over. Then Comfort also, you know, had that time with Tutupie. You know, she was appreciating her for the way she handled the whole issue at the table, talking to her and everything. And it seemed as though Tutupie again for the umpteenth time was comfortable with everything Comfort was telling her, but in her confessional she had a different vibe altogether. Guys, in Tutupie's confessional, she said Comfort is looking for who to mentee, that she should even be Comfort's mentor for her to live a good life. Oh my god.
Thank you so much for your graciousness.
You're looking for who to go and mentee. I should mentor you so that you live a good life.
Anyways, they moved back to the conversation, and Comfort was saying that, you know, most times people focus on others' negative sides and not their positive side, and this is her just, you know, stating out her positive side and what she did that she liked, you know, the way she handled the issue. She was very matured about the whole thing, and I'm like, okay, it seemed as though Tutupie is processing all of this. Guys, I was wrong. In Tutupie's confessionals, the words she used on Comfort, oh my god, like, this is huge. Like, this is a serious beef right here. Like, it's way more than what we are seeing currently. It's way more than that, because she called her a bitter, hypocritical B. She called her the B word. Like, that's a lot, guys. That's a lot. I don't even think they're best of friends as we speak, because what's in the happen?
I absolutely find Comfort to be a very bitter, hypocritical bitch.
Anyways, OJ Porsharella invited all the ladies for a spa treatment. And you know, when Princess came, she actually gave Comfort a peg, and I'm like, okay, this spa is about to go on in peace. Yes. Then Arafa came, she greeted Tutupie, but she did not greet Princess, and she went back to her seat, and Tutu decided to point it out that, oh, Princess actually greeted her, although she did not greet her. And she told Arafa that, oh, Princess actually greeted you, you did not reply. Arafa wasn't even giving them any attention. She wasn't paying them any attention. She was just sipping her water in peace. Now it was time for them to have their, spa session and everything. And OJ Porsharella pointed that Tutpie was sick and she needed, special treatment because of her health. And that was when Tutupie was asking if it was okay for her to pay for her spa session. And I'm like, madam, of course it's definitely okay. It's way more than rude. I mean, if you wanted a spa session, you would have gone on by yourself. I mean, for you to honor someone's invite, it means the person has to pay for it. So I don't understand. Anyways, in her confessional, in Tutupie's confessional, she said she did not want anybody to pay for them before they say they did something for her. And I'm like, it's not even that deep. It was time for their spa session, and 3 hours after, that's when our perpetual latecomer, yes, that deserves a crown or a title or probably a plate, probably an award or something, right, came, and that was Samantha. And of course she didn't get any spa session because the ladies were done, and it was time for them to leave. The owner of the spa came to them after the spa session was over, and they were just chilling on the sofa, and told them that she was a pastor. And Comfort, just stated the fact that she liked the fact that she was a pastor. Or more, in Princess's confessional, she said, yo, that was the perfect time to call Comfort a mommy Gio. But of course, Comfort already told her that she doesn't like that term, and she didn't want to spawn up any kind of issue, bring any kind of issue, so she would just keep quiet. Then in Tutupie's confessional, she actually stated that she wanted to be a pastor, but she didn't want to be Comfort's type of pastor, but more like the owner of the spa, because she was bougie. And in my head, I'm like, where exactly is this Tutupie of a lady getting her inspiration from? There was a time she said she wants to grow her spirituality, this and that. She wants to be more serious in a relationship. Now she says she wants to be a pastor, but we're not getting that vibe, honey. We're not getting that vibe at all. I'm not getting that vibe from Tutu. If there's anybody that can tell me amongst the housewives that they want to be a pastor, I think Samantha and OJ Porsharella, I would actually, give them a benefit of doubt. But Tutu looks like she still wants to have a lot of fun. Then afterwards, the ladies, which include Comfort, Arafa, and Tutupie, went hiking, and it was just so beautiful, to see the other side of Abuja in that way. And afterwards, they sat down to, gist, and Comfort told Tutupie and Arafa that Comfort invited her for dinner for them to reconcile, so that in case they go on events, I mean, the tension will not be that high. And I'm like, okay, cool and fine. We're also shown Princess and her mother, who were trying several restaurants, the food in several restaurants for her events, her upcoming events. And I'm like, these two ladies look like twins. That's Princess and her mother, because they're also twinning in the same outfits. And okay, they're looking good and chic, basically. Now it was time for Princess and Comfort dinner for them to squash their beef and talk things through. And the person who invited the other person came 1 hour 30 minutes late, and that's no other person than Princess. She came late, but immediately she came, she just went to hug Comfort so that she wouldn't be angry. And when she sat down, she called her Mommy Gio. Now Comfort said the reason why she did not accept the term initially in Arafa's house was because it seemed as though she was being insultive with it. She was shading her. She was basically being Princess, being shady and all of that.
Mommy Gio. See the great. When you called me that, it was a typical Princess style. Shading. When the first time, yes. So you labeled me as shading. You shade a lot. Even OJ calls me Pringles.
And they proceeded to talk about the issue that happened in Arafa's house. And Comfort was basically talking about the issue she had with Arafa, because for her, the one she had with Comfort was not that deep. But with Arafa, it was as if she had something in mind against her initially, and when she just interjected, she was like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to come for her. And Princess was saying that from the way Arafa talked to her, it was as if, oh, you must listen to me because I'm in your house. And she was even waving her hands to her, and she was telling her not to wave her hands to her. She was like, but you're doing the same. And Comfort was like, no, that's not what happened. And in my mind, I was like, yes, that's not what happened, literally, because Arafa really tried to interject in the most polite way ever. And I stated that in my other video, like, she was very polite. I don't know how, Comfort, Princess just blew things out of proportion. Guys, there was a lot of back and forth because Princess was not about to agree that she was her fault.
Because I'm like, boy, that's what you're doing. When did it get to the point of all those things? She said, I can't even repeat them. The most of the things I said was when I stood up. Because all the things she was saying, it was like, you must listen to me, you're in my house. I'm like, are you kidding me? No, she didn't say
what? No. Even in her confessional, she said Arafa is the type of person that would pinch another, and when the person reacts, she wants to pretend as if she didn't do anything and the person is just acting or reacting unprovoked. And I'm like, okay. Comfort decided to, squash the whole conversation, the whole back and forth, because it wasn't leading anywhere. And she gave her a book, and the title of that book started with ego. And you know, Princess already got the message that it was trying to, you know, a book to, you know, help her, you know, improve her morality or her interpersonal reaction or communication with individuals or other people. And she was like, is this a shade? Do you mean I have ego? What's that? And Comfort said every individual has ego. Every individual has ego. And it's just that others' ego or portrayal of ego is way more than others.
Okay, is this shade or what? It's not shade. I mean, what would I say? So you think I have ego or something? Everybody has ego. Some of us more than others.
Princess, on the other hand, gave Comfort a gift. And guys, that gift was a mug that had Mommy Gio engraved on it. And I'm like, girl, you just want Comfort to accept this name by force, by fire. You must accept it. And you know, she told Princess to try reaching out to Arafa to squash their beef and everything. And I'm like, okay. Afterwards, Princess actually agreed. So, and she did actually, because she went skyrocketing with her friend, and she invited Arafa. But in Arafa's confession, she was like, I'm not about to drown myself, so nah. Anyways, while they were, you know, doing their thing, her friend told her, Princess, to try reaching out to Arafa, just in case she might be caught up in traffic and not necessarily just, you know, not coming for it. And she hesitated at first, but eventually she called Arafa, and Arafa did not pick, and she sent her a message. What she sent to her is what you're looking at right now on your screen, and she sent this same message to the group chat, right? The next event was that of Princess, and of course, if Princess can cause buzz in other people's events, of course her own will never be an exception. Okay, now of course the fight was between her and Arafa, and you know, she came at first, she greeted OJ and she did not greet Arafa, and Tutu pointed out that you did not greet Arafa, you only greeted OJ. She just came straight up for Arafa, and then she went on and on Arafa that she's happy to see everyone here except Arafa, and started insulting what Arafa's hairstyle, basically, that it was looking like a mop. And I'm like, God. Anyway, she started questioning Arafa that, okay, why did she call Arafa and Arafa did not pick? And Arafa was like, I sent you a message. I sent you 3 messages actually. And she said, but she sent it to the group at first, this and that, and that. It was as if she was trying to like make it look like she's the one, you know, begging her, seeking a reconciliation. She's trying to act high and mighty. And Arafa was like, I'm not about to have an issue with this child, guys.
Arafa, what happened? I called you a few times. We were supposed to be on today, right? I sent you a message saying... You sent the group? Honey, I sent you 3 messages. So why didn't you not even call me back? But you need to send to the group to fill all... That they rush me or should they beg me? I'm not doing that. I'm not going to take rubbish from this child.
In this reality TV show, I've lost count on the amount of age shaming. Is that one person saying this one is old, this one is ancient of days, this one is a child? Oh my god, the age shaming is on another level, guys. It's a different ball game altogether. I'm like, I don't get it. From my perspective, I feel Princess should give Arafa time to heal. I mean, you only healed when you had your own pound of flesh, when you came with your security, you called her names, and you know you were okay basically. So you're not going to just force. The fact that you could do that with comfort doesn't mean everyone is the same. You're going to give her time. If she says, oh, this and that, I don't want you to, you know, I don't want to be cool with you now, that's it. If you don't want to try afterwards, that's your business. But I feel like Arafa deserves her own time to, you know, get over the issue, and Princess should not, now that Princess is offended that Arafa did not reciprocate the energy, is giving like you did all of that for the camera, you know. Arafa was even saying that if she wants to talk to her, she knows what to do in one of her confessionals. I'm like, girl, the way you're coming at her is like, I don't understand. When you don't get what you want to like throw tantrums because you're looking for attention. Anyways, guys, that's where this episode came to an end. I think next episode will be more of Princess's events, like what we saw, the snippet of what we saw, and more of the male strippers that we saw, because Princess went as far as inviting male strippers, and Comfort was like, waiting be this typical Comfort, guys. I don't know what's going to happen afterwards. I feel Arafa will still be, you know, adamant, you know, vehement to the fact that nah, you're not going to push me to reconcile with you. I'm going to do that at my own pace. I will take my time. Okay, let me know your thoughts on this housemate, Princess in particular. Do you think she's doing too much? I think she's doing too much. Kilo day. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on your post notification to be notified when I post a new video. Okay, without further ado, guys, let me end this video here. See you all in my next video, like I said earlier on. Bye.